I spoke earlier with Brother Armin Luistro FSC, the Superior General of the Brothers of the Christian Schools in Rome. Brother Luistro has been in Rome for over 2 years, fulfilling his Lasallian mission at the Vatican and meeting Pope Francis on several occasions. So what is the atmosphere like around there as the world closely monitors the Pope's health? Here is what he had to say.
Well, the mood in Rome is very somber. As you know, people are very worried because they know that the Pope's health is not really that good at this time. He has many issues. He is very much missed, especially on Wednesdays, because that's the regular papal audiences with special groups. And then on Sundays, the noontime Angelus, everybody's there in St. Peter's praying with him. But we know that the Pope's health has been really being challenged. And I don't think people realize that this is something a little more serious. Actually, when he was brought to the hospital, we know that he did that on his own accord with some egging from his doctors because he does not really focus on his health too much. He likes to meet people. He wants to go on these visits, and even on his wheelchair, he likes to meet them face to face. So he does not want to take so much time for himself and his health. No? But people know that this is a little more serious than the usual. And the reports that we've been getting, that at least the last 2 days, is not as good as the first days he was there. So people are getting really worried. A lot of prayers and a lot of talk about how much more can we support him. But that's really up to the doctors and his medical team.
Well, within the religious community, brother, what's being discussed amongst yourselves on perhaps succession at this point?
As you know, even during the past 2-3 years, that's part of the big discussion. Not only because of his health, but also because his predecessor has resigned. So resigning is always there. Pope Francis has spoken about that too as a possibility. What has surfaced is that he has written his own last will and testament, and so people know about that he is very well prepared. I think the question is whether we are prepared to lose him at this time, and especially those of us who are in education. We are looking forward to his big project, which is the Global Compact on Education, bringing together world leaders and especially those coming from other faiths. His big church move for synodality is another major event for the whole church. As you know, there's the first woman religious who's now heading a dicastery, a great time for women. And very recently, in the last few days, he has appointed a woman to administer the Vatican City. So all of these great changes are very important for us. So I think it's really more the question is on us. Are we ready to continue the reforms of Pope Francis, our beloved Lolo Kiko, as Filipinos love to call him? And are we committed to do that with him, but also if he leaves the leadership? So I think that's more the big worry of people.
Talk to us about the Filipino community there. As you mentioned, ang tawag nga sa kanya, Lolo Kiko. How are they holding on and holding up amid the latest news that it's not so good over the past 48 hours?
Well, there are spontaneous prayers that are recited. As you know, he is loved so much by the Filipino community because he connects with us. And we know how much he has made that effort to visit us during the most difficult times of the last typhoon disaster. So the Filipino community feel, rightly or wrongly, that he belongs to us. And we love to call him when Filipinos go there, we wave our flags and we know he will greet us. So there is that very special relationship. And a lot of the groups are doing their own community prayers. Of course, during the masses every day, that's the most important intention that everyone has.
Yeah, we can't forget the pictures, when he flew right into the typhoon, into the rain path with his yellow raincoat,
With his
and
zero.
the winds were so strong. He conducted that mass in Tacloban. From a personal basis, Brother Armin, as you've been there 2.5 years, how would you describe him as a person?
Well, he, you can catch him when it is on a one-on-one in a small group, his best self, because he is not the Pope, the formal and the traditional one. He really presses hands with you and prays for you and listens to you. No? Even the little gifts that people gave him on these big audiences, he takes the time to just stop, no? And to the big fear of all of his security personnel, he just breaks protocol. No? And that's exactly what endears him to us, and especially to the Filipinos, because I know some groups are right there in the big square, and a small group of Filipinos will just call him Lolo Kiko, Lolo Kiko, and he would spontaneously just look at them and greet them very warmly. So I think that that's the real Francis that groups all over the world love.
Well, you bring for us that Filipino spirit right there in Rome, and be assured that we are praying for the good Pope, right where we're at here in Manila. Thank you so much, Brother
I know a
Armin.
lot of the Filipino communities. I see that in social media, and the prayers are very much appreciated, because at this time, the Pope, who keeps asking people, I will pray for you, you pray for me, now needs our prayers. So we are all united, especially for Pope Francis at this time.